Well, hey, all welcome. Now, the information in this video was consolidated and put together by AI, specifically Gemini, and I think you'll find it interesting. But keep in mind that occasionally AI can make a mistake. Now, if you find a mistake, drop it in the comment section so I can check it out. And also, the voices you're about to hear are AI generated, and I think you're going to be impressed. Let me know what you think about the voices also.
And here's something that might surprise you right off the bat. Placing a credit freeze. Totally free. Doesn't touch your credit score. And it's actually quick to set up and take down when you need to. Think of this deep dive as your shortcut to some serious financial peace of mind. Let's jump in.
Okay, so at its most basic level, what does a credit freeze really do? Well, it essentially slams the door shut on access to your credit report. What that means is fraudsters, they just can't open new accounts in your name. No new credit cards, no mortgages, not even car loans. And what's really key here, I think, is that it's proactive.
Proactive, right? Not waiting for the bad thing to happen.
Exactly. You set it up now to stop the problem before it starts. It's quite different from, say, a fraud alert. Those usually kick in after they suspect something fishy is already going on, often after you've been a victim.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I bet a lot of people hear freeze and think, oh, this must be a huge hassle, or it'll cost me, or ding my credit. Are those common worries, like does it cost money, hurt your score, affect the cards you already have?
Those are definitely common thoughts, but the reality is pretty straightforward and reassuring. It costs absolutely nothing. Zero. To place it, to lift it temporarily, or to remove it entirely, it's free. And nope, it has absolutely zero effect on your credit score. Your existing accounts, credit cards, loans, they all keep working just fine. You can even still pull your own annual credit report, no problem.
Okay, that's actually huge, that flexibility. So listeners thinking, all right, I'm in, what's the actual process? You mentioned it's not just one click. You have to contact all three main credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. Why is that so critical?
Yeah, that's right. And it's critical for full protection. See, unlike some other tools, maybe like a fraud alert where telling one bureau gets the message to the others, for a freeze, you absolutely have to contact each one, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion directly.
Ah, okay, so no weak links.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might leave one file unprotected, and that's a vulnerability. You can usually do it online, which is fastest, or by phone, or even mail if you prefer, online or phone requests. They typically have to process it within one business day. You just need to provide some personal info to verify it's really you. Their websites have all the contact details clearly listed.
All right, so you've got the freeze in place. But what if, life happens? You need to apply for a car loan or maybe rent an apartment, get a new phone plan, something that needs a credit check. How do you handle that without it being a massive pain?
That's a great question, and it's surprisingly smooth. The bureaus are actually required by law to lift that freeze. They call it thawing really quickly. If you make the request online or by phone, they have to do it within 1 hour.
1 hour. Wow, okay. That's fast.
It makes it a very dynamic tool you can manage almost on demand. And just putting the freeze on, thawing it is also free. You just contact each bureau again, tell them you need to lift it temporarily or permanently, and you're set. You're always in control.
Okay, this helps clear things up. But there are other terms floating around too, right? We hear about fraud alerts and sometimes credit locks.
Yeah.
How do these differ from a credit freeze? What's the main distinction?
Good point. It can get confusing. Let's break it down simply. A credit freeze. This blocks access. It's permanent until you lift it. And crucially, it's always free by law. You set it up with each bureau individually. It's backed by federal law. Then you have a fraud alert. This basically tells businesses, hey, double check this person's identity before giving them credit.
So it's more like a heads up.
Exactly. It's usually time limited, though you can get extended ones. Also free. And for this, contacting one bureau does notify the others. Still legally defined. And finally, a credit lock. This one is a bit different. It also limits access, but it's based on a contractual agreement you make with the bureau.
Contractual agreement, meaning the terms could vary and maybe cost money.
Precisely. The terms, the cost, even the level of protection can vary because it's a product they offer, not a right guaranteed by law in the same way a freeze is.
Ah, okay, so that feels like the real kicker.
Yeah.
The freeze is guaranteed by law, giving it sort of a stronger, more reliable foundation than a lock, which is more like a service contract.
That's a perfect way to put it. That legal guarantee with the freeze is a significant advantage in terms of reliable protection.
Got it. But like anything, it's probably not a magic wand, right? No single thing solves everything. Are there limitations?
Yeah.
What doesn't a credit freeze protect against?
Absolutely. Important to know the limits. A freeze is fantastic at stopping new accounts from being opened fraudulently, but it doesn't stop fraud on your existing accounts. So if someone steals your current credit card number and starts using it,
The freeze won't stop that charge.
correct. Also, certain entities can still access your report even with a freeze. Think your existing creditors checking your account, or certain government agencies for specific reasons, like collecting child support, for example.
Okay, so it's a powerful tool, but part of a bigger strategy.
Exactly right. You need a layered approach. Combine the credit freeze, which is your best defense against new account fraud, with vigilant monitoring. Keep a close eye on your existing bank statements, your credit card activity. That combination gives you a really robust defense.
All right, let's bring this home. The core message for you listening seems clear. A credit freeze is pretty much the single most effective step you can take at no cost, backed by law to prevent thieves from opening new accounts in your name. It really is about being proactive, yeah? Protecting yourself before there's a problem.
Absolutely. And knowing about these tools, understanding how they work, that really empowers you. So maybe a final thought to leave you with, given everything we've talked about, what's maybe one small, immediate step you could take right now? Perhaps just looking up the website for one of the bureaus, Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion, and seeing what info they require for a freeze. It really boils down to taking back control of your financial identity. That first step can make all the difference.
Hey, congratulations. You made it all the way to the end. I appreciate that. Now, if you want to continue to fatten up your brain with little nuggets of knowledge, I recommend you subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you'll know when I post a new video. Also, you might want to check out the video that's on your screen. Thanks for watching.